everybody. I'm going to start with an interesting question. It's a question that was posed to us by a professor during business school. When we put it out there, I want a little bit of engagement. What is the role of the company today? The corporation, what does it do? Anyone?
It makes money.
It makes money? Is that good, bad? Anyone else? What's the role? I'm going to give you a hint. It has a lot to do with love. But I'm going to park that right now, okay? For a little bit. Because the company, the corporation, is a very, I would say, especially lately, a vilified notion, isn't it? The enemy of late is the company, the corporation. So park that for a while. Talk a little bit about myself. I like talking about myself. So my name's Malte. I'm from Sweden. I've lived here for 5 years, and much like one of the previous speakers, I came here for New York. But I also came for the love of hospitality. And it's an insight that I got late in life. I know now where it came from. And what I a little bit want to share with you is, be in tune with the things that make your heart beat, right? That give you goosebumps. And thinking back, it was so obvious, but it took a while for me to realize. And I think it started with my mother. Every time I'd visit my mother when I was away at university, I'd come back home, and without a fault, she would have a flower and a bottle of water beside the bed. What is that? That's love, right? That's communication, and that is what hospitality is all about. Some people have it, some people don't, and I don't mean that as a good, bad thing. It's just one of those things. There's a saying in the industry which goes something like, you don't find the industry finds you. In other words, people that wanted to be, literary critics, or wanted to be actors, or wanted to be scientists, and took a job as a bartender to kind of pay their rent, found themselves becoming a professional bartender. I see it all the time. All bartenders that I deal with are people that got stuck in the industry, not because they started being good at it and they gave up on their dream. This became their dream because they saw what happens when you serve others. It's such a beautiful thing. I see it all the time. So it's something that I wanted to share. And so that's how I ended up here. I started working for Absolut Vodka. I fell in love with the notion of serving others. And I get the question, what makes us unique? And I think, with all respect, Gal, I think it's a bullshit question, because everybody, especially in New York, is unique. Some people are uniquely ordinary, but everybody is unique. So coming back then to the corporation and the company and what it plays, what kind of role it plays in society, if you think about it, the reason for the company to exist is to provide the individual with power that he or she would never ever have. Power to do things without personal liability. It's the power to bring people together and actually fulfill your dreams. And for me, it was very much that. I wanted to start my own company. A lot of people say they want to start their own company. What that actually means is they want to start an entity that will enable them to fulfill their dreams and to create something that they wouldn't be able to do by themselves. So it's kind of a beautiful thing if you think about it. So I started this company, the 86 company. It was based on the notion that bartenders today, in a way that isn't or wasn't true 10, 15 years ago, are professionals, right? 10, 15 years ago, a bartender was either a college kid needing an extra income or a very, very sad gentleman from the 1950s. But now they're becoming these superstars, right? They're becoming what chefs were, what chefs became in the 1990s. They came out of the sort of obscurity of the kitchen and into the TV set, and wrote books, and had their own TV shows. Bartenders are going the same way. And as professionals, they need tools. And so if you ask me what I believe in and why I'm here, it's the notion that people that are professionals, that dedicate their lives to giving to others, deserve help, deserve their own professional tools. So what we do in the INSEAD company is we create products. So we have gin, tequila, vodka, rum, but we do so with the bartender in mind, completely and exclusively, which is kind of a new and unique, there you have it, proposition. So we started this thing, and wow, starting your own company is hard, man. I mean, it is so hard. And you really have to love it. You have to have that passion and that love. And again, coming back to love and why you're doing this, The biggest challenge is really to deal with yourself, right? You become a battling 12-year-old when you're dealing with your own company because you take everything personally, everything. I could not be worse prepared for this. I mean, meditation, whatever you need to do in order to handle this, it's crazy because when you're dealing with something as important to you as your life, especially when you start working with other people, with employees, and to get them to sort of believe in what you believe, you really have to love them in a genuine way. And when you do that, they love you back in a way that is amazing. And there was a couple of pictures I actually wanted to put up, and I forgot to, or I came up with it a little bit late, so I wasn't able to. We have 13 employees today. We're a 5-year-old company. 2 of our employees, 3 months ago, one of our brand ambassadors, Kevin in San Francisco, he tattooed the 86 company on his arm. Who does that, right? A month later, our brand ambassador in Dallas, Texas, did the same thing. So they're tattooing the name of a company that I started on their bodies. And I mean, I'm floored by this. And I think the only reason we're doing this, and it's not just me, I have 4 co-founders as well, and one of them is very spiritual, and he taught us the value of treating a company and your employees as a family. And it's something that works if you do it. You have to work at it. It's really hard not to become this battling 12-year-old and to act like an adult. So talk about the biggest challenges in my Mount Everest is really to deal with myself as my own worst enemy in a sense. So the role of the corporation then, right, is to fulfill your own dreams, giving you the power to do something you would never be able to do alone. And I'm going to leave you with that, and I'm going to leave you with the idea, because the reason we're here is a little bit the notion of, do what you love. And the corporation, the company is a construct, and as a notion, is there for that. I think we've forgotten that, and so this is me kind of defending corporate America, as it were. Thank you very much.